Hey everybody, Rhadamant here. Thanks for tuning in to the 6th episode of Stellaris Necroids, the last of the mini-series which originally streamed live on Twitch. Let's get going. Now the other issue is I was in such a recent war with the League of Pelks that I ought to turn my ire back towards the Vivisandia, because I guess I do share a border with Plifplath. How about you all vote? Who to infect? So it will be between Vivisandia or Plifplath. I don't exactly know how to pronounce or spell their names. I spelled Plifplath rather than Plath. Whatever. You get the idea. Hey Kilgore, thanks for all the gifted subs. Out to all these lurkers. I haven't seen any of you type. I'm kidding, you can learn. I don't care. So the advantage of Vivisandia, they're weak, and that's it. That's their only advantage. It would also open up my ability to go against the Ethuri and Thuri Polity. The advantage of Plithplath, they're weak too. I don't know. It doesn't really matter which way I go. It's like, who do I want to kill? I want to kill everyone eventually, so. Let's get Colonial Center's centralization. That's going to allow me to have better everything. Oh, yeah, here's my admin offices that I wanted on Sylvanti. And sure, I'll be the patron of your arts. So, Plifplath, man, I really spelled their name wrong, like, in every way. But you could keep voting, it's over there. I'll leave it up a little longer. What's the best resources to incorporate? Plifplath has a wormhole or two, actually, that are pretty sexy. Not close to my border, but there's, of course, this 6 crystal world, which is very spicy. Taking a look at Vivisandia, they have a wormhole, but right now the Doom thing is on it. I'm not going to be able to get that. They're maybe a little bit lighter in resources. They do have dark matter, but I have dark matter in my own border. I just don't have the tech to exploit it. So I would say Plifplath might be a little tastier, but either way, it doesn't really matter. I'll probably go to war with one, kick their butts, and then go to war with the other. If I'm being honest, that's probably what's going to happen. The rock people are... Is that Plifplath? Oh, well, they're kind of rock people. They're rock dragons with squeaky little voices. I don't like them. These guys, a little bit deeper voices, but they're too far. I can't get up to them. All right, so let's wrap that up. You say Plifplath? Yep, sounds good. All right, so the first thing I want to do here is start to make claims on their territory, because there's no point in going to war with them if I'm not going to claim stuff. So it's also cheapest to claim what is closest physically to your borders. So I can get all the way out to tier here. But maybe I want to go... I'm actually going to go for claiming... their wormhole. There we are. It's a big swath of claims. It also isolates their capital. Or no, this is their colony. This is their capital. Plath, obviously, is Plifplath's capital. It isolates this colony from the rest of them, giving them, like, crazy bad border gore. Which is fine by me. I don't care. Alright, so let's roll my fleet up to them.
Construction venture complete.
Also having my army ships. You know what I want to do is, though... What planet could support it? Let's do it on Sylvanti Prime. I'm going to boot a Dread Encampment here so that I might be able to have a undead army. And we'll roll an undead army up to Pliff Plaff and make a splash. Really curious how it stack up against everybody now in terms of the global community. I mean, not that I'm going to join. I'm 7th. I'm really like 5th because you don't count the Fallen, because they start off so freaking far ahead of you. All right, so we have Zertrana and Bumper Gaming. Both colonies are being colonized. They'll take a little while, but that's good stuff. And my science ship is going to go to Wua. We just went to war with them, and we have like a peace agreement for a little bit. So I can go to war with them and figure out what that satellite thing is. Oh, horizon signal!
The situation log has been amended.
Alright, never mind. I'm going to detour and do the horizon signal
A special project is complete.
chain. So, I know Artie Marty might know about this. I don't know if the rest of you will. The worm in waiting chain. Should I spoil the quest chain? Yes. No. This is a rather large quest chain. That a lot of the anomalies are sort of, they're not that consequential. You get some sort of boon or whatever, and it's short, and it doesn't really matter. The worm in waiting is very, very different, and I want to make sure that you all decide that you want it spoiled, because it is a very, very, very long chain. So here's the chain to spoil it. So then next you're going to decide, because it was pretty unanimous in a flash poll. Should I start the quest chain? Yes or no? So either I go to the coordinates that the vessel, I go to this sort of repeating gravity is desire and time is sight pattern and try to figure out what's going on, or I don't. And there is a lot of choices to be had here. It's a very, 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 very long chain. And some pretty funny things can happen. But as a spiritualist, it has some endings that are not terrible for militarists and spiritualists, which is why it's not, why I'd pursue it. So you all say pursue it. Okay.
The situation has been amended.
Darkness, light, darkness. So here's the Light's End. I very much want to claim Light's End for myself. Where'd my scientist go? Is he gone? He's gone. My scientist went into the portal. He's gone. Okay, let's get another scientist out here, because that scientist just full dunked himself into the crazy. You, Zeke, go over to what?
Inbound communique.
Defensive pact? No, I don't want it, because I'm literally about to declare war on you, dude. I know there is a possibility of pacifism, but that's not all of the endings. That's a new light ending. You can get the Night Falls ending, which is just more militarism.
A study has been
or authoritarianism. There's a lot of endings to this quest chain, so it's not just like a dead end. Let's get automatic exploration protocols. Not that there's anything to explore, but it will lead to better sensor tech. Okay, well who do you have a defensive pact with? Oh, you have a defensive pact with the Quagra guys. Are you border closed with them? No, they're not border close with them. So I will be attacked at Quick Beam. But Quick Beam's a bastion, and I'm not that worried about it. Alright. So let's go ahead and declare war. As claims. How far off am I from new ships? I have no idea. Whenever it's offered. I haven't a clue. Alright, Curator Order finally reached out. That's cool. Let me go pay them for science. Yeah, I wish I knew, but of course you know this as well as I do, that the technologies that are offered to you are kind of random, and you don't exactly control it. It's probably one of the biggest critiques I've seen of the game, where, like, you can just get straight up screwed. So, like, let's say you have, like, a food shortage, and just hydroponic techs are never offered to you. What can you do? You're just done, right? You're just dead in the water. And that's definitely something that can happen in this game. So what was I doing? I was invading Zanaya. I could start a hegemony federation. But the problem with that, of course, is I'm a virus. I'm not supposed to, like, incorporate other species like that. Or at least, that's not how we're role-playing. Alright, so here is the reprise quest chain. So either I can permit the guy to go through, I can permit them to go through but rig their ship drive to detonate, or I can ignore it. No matter what I do, it kind of doesn't really matter. And a hydrate. Cheers. I'm going to permit them to go through. It does matter, but, like, the immediate effect is all the same. So, as you can see, he's through, and the signal cuts, and the ship disappears from the ship sensors, and I can either say, this is horrible, this is regrettable, or this is fascinating. I'll say, this is fascinating. It's fascinating that he got poofed.
The situation log has been amended.
Alright, so here's the probe I was supposed to recover, like, years ago. Oh, they have a fleet. Cute. Oh, the fleet's already running for me. Boo. Stand and fight.
A study has been completed.
So I have some unemployed specialists at Sylvanti just because I don't have enough specialist employment opportunities.
The situation log has been amended.
And then I just discovered signs of the Ute activity or whatever. So that's very cool. That, I think, was my last precursor in the chain. Let me double check. Oh, Alpha Aliens, I still don't even know. So Ute... No, yeah, this is my last one. Did you miss RimWorld today? No? I didn't play RimWorld. So we got the last probe, which gives us science and physics, which would have been helpful early on, but now it's like nothing. Comet sighted just made us happy. Alright, engineering research. Ion thrusters would be kind of nice to move around a little faster. Especially if we're going to war with so many of our neighbors. And then the anomalies that I hadn't researched because I was forced out of the territory, I'm interested to see what they were. The trine, the quine, the trine. Alright, so what is this? I forget. Where, so horizon signal, the trying, okay, so I can either send another scientist down the rabbit hole because the horizon signal asked nicely. I can send them and send it to Blow, or I can just say no. And you all say I should go through with this, so I'm just going to go through with this and send a new scientist, which means that we have an unemployed science opportunity here. I'm going to have to find a good scientist to replace him. So this is going to take me a minute of... Oh, nope. That was second chance. We got a good scientist to replace him.
A special project is complete.
Alright, and the Marauders are saying hi. It wasn't even the Marauders that we live near. What Marauder group was this that reached out? I don't even know. I don't see them, but whatever. We just unlocked a little bit of entropic recursion tech from sending countless scientists to their theoretical doom. Because that's what we do. I'm actually going to bolster my science numbers, putting a bunch of useless scientists in here. So if they keep asking for additional scientists, it is possible that they don't ask for ones I care about. And then you are... yeah, get the activity. Good.
A study has been completed.
So this is another wormhole area that we will be able to make use of. Research survey speed went up. Ooh, Omega Theory. Oh boy. Yeah, I should research Omega Theory.
A special project is complete.
And that's the last artifact, which should open up a new path. Yeah, there it is, U10. And you are going to go survey there. It's actually odd that it's so many hops away from my core system, but I suppose there was not space to put it in close. Excuse you. Oh, my primary scientist just got stripped away? Is that it? Oh boy. Alright, so the one assisting at Trebo is now a super low scientist. They eat a lot of scientists. Let's go to their outpost world here and bombard it and invade it. I don't think there's... yeah, there's basically no army defending it. Plithplath, you really should... or Piffpat, whatever your name is. You should have defended your territory.
Inbound communique.
What was this? Something at Farood. Uh-oh. I know what's going on and I don't like it. So, the Loop Temple signs in the stone. The Loop Temple signs in the stone. I can investigate a way for it to be opened, and you all wanted me to do that. What kind of Necroids am I? I am, yeah, cultist. I'm spiritualist militarism. Fanatic spiritualist militarism. With a little bit of necromancy thrown in for fun. Because that's what we do here. So I'll show you the quick overview. Here's the species. Necrophage, limited regeneration, venerable, traditional, sedentary, slow breeders. For government, we are fanatic spiritualist governing ethics and militarist. Civics, we are animated armies and nationalistic zeal. So, sort of religious zombie virus. And we have no allies, and we invade everybody. Like you do. We're working out. We totally border goring everyone. I don't even feel bad. New archaeology site at Uton. And then our fleet is going to keep ripping through their territory until I get to their homeworld, Plath, and we'll probably invade there. Looks like they have a little bit of fleet that wants to fight me. That's cute. Bumper Gaming and Zertrana just became new colonies. And there's something wrong with Zeke. What is it? Lack of employment? Here. Done. Zertrana and Bumper, you're fine. Zertrana, you're going to be good at physics research. So maybe you'll be a research world. Bumper Gaming, you are okay at mining. There's a lot of mining up. Oh, boy. Okay, so we'll be mining. We just got to find the Ute homeworld, which gives a ton of energy, minerals, unity, secrets of the Ute artifact, which then we can activate. This artifact here reduces ship upkeep, and new colonies start with 1 additional pop. So, boom, ship upkeep is cheaper. And adaptability, I'm going to give the adaptive ecology for 1 extra building slot. And let's go headhunt their fleet that we don't want that to slip through our fingers. As soon as we have Uton fully surveyed, my construction ship is ready to go to capture it. Where's this derelict cruiser? Bastra? Oh, okay. Alright, so their fleet did take a few corvettes out, but like nothing that I can't live with. There is hallucinogens in Zertrana's atmosphere. What do you want me to do? So, crack down. Shut it. Ooh, I should spell that right. Shut it down, or leave it. So the ramifications of this, the hallucinogens right now, they're making us happy or whatever. That could change. In fact, I'm just gonna flat out tell you it will change. But whether you want me to try to remove the hallucinogens from the atmosphere or not is up to you now. So we surveyed here. Let's claim it so that one-eyed, whatever they are, doesn't do that underneath. Or out from under us, I should say. Alright, you want me to shut it down. Alright. Shutting it down. Is that a project that I have to do? I forget. No, I don't think it is. Okay, good.
Construction venture completed.
Alright, so we just, what just happened? We built the starbase here, so yeah, now we can start grabbing the science, the alloys, the gases. We can start exploiting here, and then eventually archaeology excavate. Alright, this science ship, go over here.
A special project is complete.
Oddly enough, I just found another Ute artifact. Oh, here's the hallucinogen removal. So the additional Ute artifact is a little odd because I now have more than what I needed to do the chain. But whatever. Works for me. The Marauders are trying to extort me, and I'm just going to give them minerals, because I'm in a 2-front war already. I don't need to be in a 3. Call me a wuss if you want, but they weren't asking much.
Inbound communicate.
Alright, so the first, I'm probably going to go straight for Oh boy. So on the other planet I have, oh, this is still on Zertrana. There's a of course there is. There is a subterranean civilization underneath me that either I can establish communications or I can blow them up. So yeah. I'll leave that up to you. So, there it is. Vote 1 or 2, depending on what you want. Whether I should establish communication with them or just, you know, bomb them into oblivion. And no aggression pact. One-eyed quacks just closed their border, which means I can declare war on them now. They basically have nothing left in the tank and almost no territory, so I don't know if I probably would just subjugate them. Or something, I don't know. Something, that's probably what I would do. Traditions. Let's get resettlement cost. Because I care about Federation the least. And we're going to continue to push towards their homeworld. Because that's where we're going to do... where invading is going to do the most damage.
A study has been completed.
Alright, we just got Omega Theory. I think what's going to be really important is hyperdrives. This allows us to jump faster between, you know, or a shorter cooldown between jumps, which allows us to travel faster. Alright, you all say preemptive strike, that, well, not all, but enough of you say preemptive strike that. So let's go do that. 67 months of figuring out how to preemptive strike.
A special project is complete.
Alright, so the hallucinogen has been removed from the atmosphere.
Completed.
And now we're trying to figure out how to strike the subterranean creatures, which are, oddly enough, not related to one another. I don't believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think those are just two events that can happen, that just happen to happen on the same planet by chance, which is kind of funny. These planets need governors, don't they? Oh, you know what? They need, they need sectors. Oh. Yeah, they aren't mutually exclusive. I figured not. I just find it funny that just so much happened. Zeke, you just grew a lot. What can I do for you? So, Savanta, you put the Dread Encampment in for the undead armies, which I have used nil so far. Let me put Hollow Theater in here, and... Energy Grid. And at Zeke, I'm going to put a Hollow Theater as well. So the Hollow Theaters and Civilian Industries and a Hollow Theater. The Hollow Theaters are just to keep the population happy, and happy population is more productive. Nothing like a good old happy virus.
A special project is complete.
So, the Loop Temple. We can make the Loop Temple a place of pilgrimage, reserve the temple for academic study only, or shut the whole damn thing down. So if we make it the pilgrim, we open Strange Loop. I just don't want to be caught into the Pacifism loop. Okay, so I'm going to make it a place of pilgrimage because it's the spiritualistic result. And there's a strange moon. Oh, that is no moon. There's a strange moon over Bumper Gaming. Cool, I guess. I know what that means, but sure. Right. We repaired our fleet, and we're going to travel to Plaf now. So rendezvous. Incoming transmission. A rendezvous from the captain that was. So this is a haunted captain that went into the horizon loop or whatever. And I can solve this with a bunch of different options. And I'm going to do the spiritualist because we're fanatic spiritualists. We'll remember you in our prayers for societal research. And then there is the specialty project, the messenger that will be. I need to send a scientist over to... Where is that project? To the spiraling pod with a founding species scientist present. Where's my closest scientist is over here. So this scientist just needs to travel over yonder. Not that difficult. It's odd that the quest location was, like, here, but whatever. Alright, so now Chelsea has the foredoomed to a rendezvous, which adds extra speed. That's good for now. My other science ships are... Oh, I think they got kicked out of this territory because our border agreement's closed. So I'm going to distribute my scientists now. To help with research on all the planets around me. Utan needs an excavation team, though. Get that. So, do I have a scientist that will do that well? Yes. Austere. Where are you? Oh, I think that's the one in my... Yeah, that's the one in the north here. I'm going to remove him from tenure or whatever. I'm going to hire someone else to go to the spiraling pod. And then that guy, I'm going to create a new science ship so that he can dig around in Utan. They're actually putting up a little bit of a fight. What, Moonbase? So now we have Dark Matter Drawing, Research, and Bumper Gaming has... I guess it was a Dark Matter Moon? Is that right? Yeah. It's a weird dark matter moon. I knew it was no moon. Am I winning? Yeah, I'm destroying all of my neighbors. If that was what was defined as winning, then yes, I am indeed winning. In fact, I'm about to invade the homeworld of Plath. Which is very bad for them.
Inbound communicate.
Because it was kind of the only way that they were going to survive.
A special project is complete.
Alright, let's give permission to continue studying the messenger. That would be the militaristic solution. And Plaf, I'm going to start bombarding because they actually have a bit of a defense force. They have 4 armies. It's not much. They have 4 armies, and I'd like to soften them up a little bit.
Inbound communicate.
Oh my god, why do we make so many, like, reinforcing armies? Peace offer from Plath. That, is this the full war goal?
Steering clear of belligerents.
I think it is the full war goal, but I kind of want to invade their homeworld anyway. So I'll rush to that.
A special project is complete.
So here's their homeworld. Pliffus. Pliffith?
An enemy planet has been secured.
Alright, it's gone. And they have a colony ship that I want to blow up just because I don't know where it's headed. And then I'm going to go after their last colony. Oh, actually, no, they have a fleet behind me that's kind of a problem that I need to address because it's going to stop my scientist from the science mission that he's on. So I gotta jump back there.
Inbound communicate.
Yeah, they're sort of backcapping me here. I'll catch up. But I don't have my increased hyperdrive tech yet installed on these ships. So the ships are a little slower than what, you know, my max speed might be. Alright, so a new light. Is the pacifist ending. I'm going to control the outbreak as a result because I don't want to become pacifists. But I think you have to be an authoritarian for that to work. But oh well. Yeah, all voted for it. Where'd their fleet go? So their fleet fled from me, but I'm not sure exactly where it went, which is awkward. And then my rigged scientist, you keep moving here. You ignore all enemies, you move here.
A study has been completed.
Ooh, I just discovered a new alien.
A fleet has been
Unusual this
bravely
late in the
defeated.
game. I got better hyperdrive tech. That's what I was really working towards. Let's be able to exploit dark matter. Why not? That won't have any negative consequences, will it now?
A special project is complete.
Alright, so I did find their fleet. They tucked into the corner of nowhere, trying to, like, avoid me, I guess. And I'm fighting them head on now. Here's that war. That battle. A little extra laser show for you all. Right on.
Inbound communicate.
Alright, so at Zortrana, I just finished the underground strike that you all voted on, and it was successful. We basically just murdered everyone. They're all wiped out. The subterranean colony is no more.
A study has been completed.
Alright, I just opened up, let's keep doing the Omega Theory. Yeah, which is part of the strange loop.
Debris has been analyzed.
And I do have an extra, Civic. So this extra Civic is going to give me, let's see, what's best? Warrior Culture. Nah. Police State. What makes the most sense for our spiritualists? Maybe Memorialists. To get Death Chroniclers? Yeah, I'll be turning in shortly, Ray. Yeah, I'll do Memorialists. Sure. It's a bit weird, but it will do. So that should open up Sanctuary of Repose. There it is. So now we can have Death Chroniclers that turns consumer goods into Unity and societal research. Like a 2-to-1 ratio. I have now War Exhaustion. So I have a certain amount of time to achieve my war goals. I'm just going to say, hey, I'm done. I'm done beating them up. And that gives me the Border Gore, but it also gives me everything, all of my claims that I asked for. So now, as you can see, I own this swath up here. My Armada is good to go. I'm going to go upgrade my fleet because I have upgraded parts like the hyperdrive specifically that could be used and redeployed. Is there any other projects for me to do? There's debris in... Where is that? Up here, yep. Okay, we'll get that debris. So that was a pretty good, Cheers. Pretty good little war. I can't say I'm the largest, but I'm curious if I pulled up from, like, 5th place to something better. I'll check in just a second. There's cruisers. Finally, there's cruisers. I'm first place. Significantly first place. Way out ahead of everyone else. Just behind the Fallen Empire. Yep, figured as much. Alright, instead of ending the chain and just getting a bunch of influence, I'm going to continue the archaeological excavations that I'm doing and see how that path unfolds.
Debris has been analyzed.
We're getting some pretty good debris here. I really want wormhole travel, though. That I feel like we were way overdue. Alright, I'm researching fleet supremacy. Another thing I could do is take all of the alloys that I've been sitting on for so long and actually make some starholds out of the stuff, out of the basically the basic starports that I have, and maybe add some additional fleet capacity or something like that. We'll have to figure out exactly what the best approach to use those resources are. Another thing I could do is take my now idle fleet. Ooh, we found some gold on Zertrana Prime underneath where the subterranean dudes were. Oh, My scientists just died to a bunch of space amoebas. That sucks. So what I think I'm going to do is let the worms in waiting signals finish, and that will be sort of the end of this stream. That's a pretty good ending.
Have been reinvigorated. Vessels have been refitted.
So this refitted vessel has maybe enough fleet power to take out these amoebas down here. I'm gonna start chipping away at the terrain that had been blocked to me. Another thing, it seems to me that I'm going to need to start farming. And then more consumer goods, because my consumer goods are out of control. Problem is the Dark Chroniclers uses up a lot of consumer goods, and that's where they're all going. They're just getting flushed. Same with my bureaucrats. They use consumer goods as well. Turn it to admin capacity. So for consumer goods, I think I'm going to replace the temples, or whatever they are, with consumer good industries on my newer planets, so that I'm not in such a deep deficit. I don't want to be in a deficit. We got fleet supremacy, so now that means, oh yeah, these amoebas really did kick our butts. I might not replace the all the ships that I lost, because it's time to probably upgrade them with the cruiser tech that I'm about to get. So I'll purposely not replace them. I'll just repair whatever survived. Where's my new... Here's my new science ship. We're going to throw a scientist in there. And then we have a construction ship ready to annex it.
Construction venture completed.
Alright, so some of the trade hubs that I had are now upgraded. I'm going to add anchorages to them so that they can help expand my fleet capacity. And I'm curious when the worms in waiting signals will end. Did I have an ending? Hold on, let me double check. No, there's still a rendezvous. There's one or two last pieces of the chain that I have not yet uncovered. I just don't want to be waiting forever for it. But I could be a little bit more patient. At the cost of my own sleep.
A study has been completed.
So that is the last of the adaptability tree. Now that's 2 ascension perks that I am sitting on. I really need to get psionics. I really need to be given the option, at least. I'm just going to get some low-hanging fruit, just because this will be fastest for me to to unlock.
A system survey is concluded.
Alright, so here's the brand new world that I surveyed that had the amoebas on it. I'm going to clean those. I cleared them out, and we're going to gain the exotic gases and engineering and all that stuff. Right on.
Construction venture completed.
Not sure there's anything for the scientists to do. And yeah, there's nothing to explore. I just told them to automatically explore. I guess I could sit at the wormholes, hoping that the wormholes, I get wormhole tech sometime soon. But I wouldn't hold my breath for it. Sometimes wormhole tech is one of those that, like, just refuses to ever be offered.
Construction venture completed.
So, oh, I thought I drank some water. I drank when you redeemed it. Originally, like 10 minutes ago. I can choose the Memorex, which gives us extra resources from jobs and stability. Yeah, why not? Whatever. What's the worst that can happen? Oh, we can now exploit dark matter. So after this dude is done, let's go out to Bumper Gaming and mine that moon.
A study has been completed.
Get the energy nexus, that will give us a lot of energy credits. We are currently researching cruisers, and we'll have that in 1 year. And then I'll roll out the cruiser classes, which should be good. What do I need here? I'm still hurting on civilian industries. I haven't been offered the technology to improve my civilian industries in a bit, and I'm feeling it now. So here's the idle science ship. There's really nothing left to do. I guess there's not. Alright, so now I have numistic visualizations, which gives me better statecraft, pop consumer good reduction, and monthly energy credits for influence. That's fine. Is there next war on the table? Well, I was hoping to just sort of wrap up. I could, well, they, well, part of the problem with the war is, yes, I could declare war, but because I haven't replaced the ships I lost fighting the amoeba, most of whoever I could go to war with we would go toe-to-toe. I mean, not that I'm afraid of a fair fight, but, like, you know, it's not a certain win, necessarily, so waiting for engineering to finish up, which is just like 5 months away, and rolling out cruisers would be better. Come on, roll out. 2 months.
A study has been.
Can't believe we're so far in. I've only surveyed 2 or 3 worlds for survey. Alright, so there is the cruisers. I will unlock autocannons, I guess. We'll just call this the cheese. These are going to be like my long-range cruisers. I have absolutely ridiculously terrible weapons to put in them, which quite honestly don't belong, but it's just the best we can do. Put in a bunch of auxiliary fire control. I'm going to have chance to hit. I'm going to try to basically have this cruiser be the highest chance to hit, save the designs, and let's roll them out. Almost have enough money for like the big money drop here. That's what I'm trying to work on. Here we go. Oh no, almost. There it is. That will allow me to roll up some cruisers. So you still, because all of my cruisers are like long distance gunboats, I still am going to want some corvettes to run interference in the front. How's the Galactic Conquest? Well, it doesn't look like I have a ton of territory, but I am very clearly in first place. Third place to the Fallen Empires, but first place amongst all the non-Fallens. You know, without that massive head start. So, it's going well. Going pretty well. I've like more or less absorbed the territory of both of my neighbors, leaving them with border gore. And now I'm rolling out cruisers, which I just finally researched. And some replacement corvettes. So 8 cruisers, 5 destroyers, a frigate, which we got for free, and then a bunch of corvettes. We have space for one more cruiser in this navy, so let's build it. And then we're max size. Now that we're just like basically max size, I'm going to start to pick fights with like everything but the Leviathans. We get prosperity next for output. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. You should get back into it. Stellaris is a good time. When they just had a brand new DLC, I haven't formally have an opinion on it yet. The DLC, that is. It's fun. I don't know if it adds enough, but it's fun.
Construction venture completed.
Alright, let's get Star Fortresses. Yes. That sounds very good. I don't think there's any unexploited resources now in my border, so this construction ship doesn't really have anything to do. We already have yeah, we already have holo theaters. I guess more civilian industries couldn't hurt because we're still breaking even.
Completed. A study has been completed.
well. Gotta say, our conquests have been going pretty well. The United... Who is that? Okay, so no one has their border open to us anymore. What we could do is to use our influence and solve this border war, but I think this is probably a really good place to end, as I just hit the 6-hour mark. So before I do that, Yoda wants to say goodnight, as he always does. Have a very, very fine night to all of you. Thank you for hanging out in this little sponsored stream. I'm sorry I didn't really get into the... Having not played the necrophages first, I wasn't really able to min-max their effectiveness, which didn't really let me to dig into forcibly infecting my neighbors. I think for that you would need to be xenophobic, and I wasn't. You all voted that I should be militaristic and spiritualistic, which I don't think takes advantage of the necrophages to its greatest, you know, abilities, but still, it was fun to be, you know, a purifying sort of necrophage or whatever I was. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what it was, but it was a lot of fun. Thank you for watching the 6th episode of Stellaris Necroids, the last episode of the live stream I made of Stellaris Necroids. I do realize that I didn't complete the game, but that's where the stream ended. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll catch you in a new series sometime else. Adios, all.